shit, they done let me in the door. They done gave your boy a chance, now the youngin' finna blow. It's a shame finna put the game in the figure four. Youngin' fresh from out that bottom, talking straight from off the scroll. And these days, I live the life of a movie star. Remember going to school telling you I'd be a superstar, but you didn't believe.
In the video, we're talking about Attack on Titan, but in particular, we're talking about chapter 130 and my predictions. Now, before we get into this video, hit the sub button. I don't care if you like, I don't care if you comment, but I do appreciate it. Hit that sub button. Now, in the previous chapter, Manga and Shades basically blew up the boat and the train along with themselves, sacrificing themselves so that the rest of the Jaegers can't catch up to Armin and them, right? So I have two predictions for 130. So the first prediction is that knowing that the Unzubito clan basically said that the plane, it takes hours and days just for the prep to make sure that it flies properly, right? So somebody came up with the idea to basically take the plane to a nearby island so they could take off there and basically catch up to Eren that way, right? So my first prediction is that they get to this island, right? And I feel as though it's going to be a time skip, kind of like a couple days go by and everything, because we have a lot of people that is out of commission right now. You know, you got Annie who has the heal, you have Reiner that has the heal, and you have Peck that has the heal, who literally heals the longest. And then you have Falco, who just came out his Titan, so he has to sleep for a minute, you know what I'm saying? And then you have, like I said, you got Levi. Levi's gonna be out of commission for a long time, for a minute. He you know what I'm saying, he's still recovering as well. So I feel as though it's going to be a big time skip, right? And over the vast couple of times, a couple of days passing, Armin and the rest of the group is going to basically feel guilt tripped, right? Because they're watching the rumbling happen from across the sea. So, and I feel like Armin is going to be like, man, fuck it, forget about prepping it. Let's just take a risk and try to catch up to Eren, right? Now, Hanji might say like, okay, since we're taking a risk, everybody can't go because we have to make sure that this plane is able to fly. So everybody can go. So the only ones that can go is Armin, John, Connie, and Mikasa, right? Only 4 people can go. Gabby has to stay back. Gabby might want to go. I don't know if they let Gabby go. But Gabby has to stay back most likely. Falco will most likely still be asleep or recovering. And even if he do wake up, it's and like knowing that he might do want to go, it will be a risk taking him aboard because he doesn't have fully control of his power, right? He might attack one of them, you know? So Falco has to stay back. Gabby has to stay back. Annie most likely might be still healing. Peck is definitely going to be still healing. Reiner most likely is going to be still healing. Hanji has to look over Levi because she can't just leave Levi around all those Malayan people, you know what I'm saying? So Hanji most likely has to look over Levi and protect him and basically, you know what I'm saying? So the only ones that can go is Armin, Mikasa, Connie, and John. And probably the only ones that could kind of talk Eren out of doing this genocide. Man, personally, I don't think they could talk him out. It's way too late. But they're the only ones that has a chance of stopping him, that he would hesitate to try to kill. Right? So I think at the end of the chapter they get to they see Eren and everything, and they scream out Eren. We get that scene when when Armin is basically screaming out Eren and trying to call for Eren to get Eren's attention, and I think it's time to see Eren's Titan form. Now, my second prediction, right? This is my second prediction. My second prediction is gonna be a whole different other thing, right? So let's say Eren gives Flock the heads up, right? Way before the fight even happens, he gives Flock a heads up to send a bunch of Jaegers to the island that Armin and the others are going to right now, right? Because it only makes sense because, like I said, in my previous videos about Eren, I've been saying that Eren is 2 to 3 steps ahead of everybody, right? Because of his ability to see the future. And who knows? Because now that he has full control of the Founders Titan's power, he don't have to come in contact with a royal blood at all. He can possibly just tap into his future memories at will, or he could kind of be just spying on everybody through via of past. So he gives Flock the heads up and tells him to send a bunch of Jaegers to the island. And it's perfect. It's a perfect thing because Armin can be like, oh, we all in the clear. We're in the clear. Let's calm down. Let's take a break. Give everybody a minute to heal. But as soon as they reach the island, they see 200, 300 Jaegers right there with thunder spirits ready to blow up the ship. So that gives Annie and Reiner to like, okay, we have to do something. We have to come up with a different plan. So Annie and Reiner jumps out of the boat and transforms and go after the people on the island to basically try to redirect their, trying to put that focus on them instead of the boat. And the boat takes the ship to Marley directly, right? Instead of them flying from the island to Marley, they will fly from Marley to Aaron. So they make it to Marley and they fly. They understand they have no time, right? Annie and Reiner might not be making it back, you know what I'm saying? They have no time at all. So now they have to take a risk and fly the boat with little to no prep at all. And without me, like I said before in my first prediction, it's a risk taking Falco and it's a risk taking Peck because Peck is still healing. Falco might not have full control of his power. Gabby is kind of useless right now. So the only ones that can go is Mikasa, Connie, and Armin and John. So they go. Like I said, Levi's out of commission, and Hanji has to look over Levi. So they go and they catches up to Aaron, and basically at the end of my first prediction, the same thing happens. And like I said, Armin yells out Aaron's name and tells Aaron to basically try to, you know what I'm saying, get Aaron's attention, and it cuts, and basically the manga is going to cut off of us seeing Aaron's Titan form for the first time. But yeah. That's really it though. Subscribe to my channel. I don't care if you like, I don't care if you comment, but I appreciate it if you hit that sub button. Please hit that sub button. And I'm out.